Bethenny Frankel.
Now, who is Bethenny Frankel for those who don't know?
Bethenny Frankel is a former Real Housewives of New York.
Yeah.
Very.
She's an OG.
She's an OG. Yeah. She was in the first season. She then left the show to do spin-off shows for Bravo. But she made her money coming up with a tequila line that turned into a margarita. Then she took the brand name of Skinny Girl because it was called a Skinny Girl Margarita. Then she took the brand name and she did what Meghan did. And she started taking products like, we're talking suntan lotion to bologna in a store. There was Skinny Girl bologna at one point.
Really?
Yes, and suntan lotion.
Gross.
And coffee.
Okay.
She did everything Meghan wants to do. She wanted a lifestyle brand.
The only thing that's different is Skinny Girl was a good name.
It
was a great brand name. Yeah.
Now her stock has dipped significantly. The Skinny Girl brand has dipped. For some reason during the pandemic, it happened. And I think, this is just my opinion, I think that you used to get the wine. Use is the word. Lulu, you and I are on the same planet here. What happened during the pandemic is a lot of women like us who were drinking wine, whatever, at night.
I was drinking Patron.
Having a little spirit, whatever we wanted, didn't feel like we needed to diet at that point. We felt like we were going through so much that we could order that pizza. I could go get that Chardonnay. You know what I mean? Skinny Girl started literally leaving the map. So Bethenny's stock did go down. She got fired from Bravo. Her podcast numbers are falling down. Like she has a YouTube channel.
She has TikTok too.
But
she does. She goes after Meghan Markle.
Her YouTube channel, yes, sometimes. But
I bought that. We bought that.
When it came out, we bought it.
Yeah.
But again, it has gone down. It's since have gone down. So I'm reading this, and again, we got to remember, money is not the way it used to be. So I read this article. It says Bethenny Frankel is blasted by designer J. Logan Home for selling gifted items on Poshmark as he leaks DMs with Real Housewives of New York alum and threatens legal action. Plus, Bethenny claps back. Now, what she's doing, I didn't know what Poshmark was. Poshmark connects you to people in closets filled with unique styles, hard to find pieces, and endless items to discover. Get started today and join our vibrant and diverse community who will make shopping and selling simple, social, and sustainable. So this is basically an online garage sale where you can sell your clothes. This is very much like the Kardashian brand.
Okay. So what I want to ask you and to just make sure, because I'm making a case for this.
Yes, of course. I'm still doing research.
Poshmark actually sells, it's not like Shopify where it gives you a link so you can go find your size, find whatever color you want in that. It actually is selling the actual pieces.
Well, yes.
Like eBay.
Yes, it is more of an eBay garage sale.
Perfect.
Khloe Kardashian.
Now we're getting somewhere.
So let's read the Bethenny Frankel article real quick and just get down to the gist of this, okay? Again, remember, the stock has gone down. Some people have to sell stuff in this time. She's a single mom.
Can we read this though?
Yeah,
this is someone who actually has had experience. I love Poshmark all the time. Luxury.
I'm sure it's great.
Pre-loved items. Okay, but that's why we're trying.
Thank you for saying that.
And I'm sure it's great. Hey,
I'm not knocking it.
You want to hear something great? I walked into a what was it? The out of the closet. All the money would go to AIDS charities in LA. It was in Burbank or Valley Village.
No, it was in Burbank.
In Burbank, in California.
It was by Greg's apartment.
I bought Jennifer Aniston's old leather jacket from Friends.
Right.
So I know exactly what you mean.
After J. Logan Home called out the 54-year-old Real Housewife, blah, 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 alum on social media, accusing her of selling a shirt made of vintage Chanel scarves from his collection for $2,000 and 2 hats for $350 each under a fake name, Bethenny lashed out in post of her own. Now, we have to remember, the reason why he figured this out is not because one of his pieces came up. It's because he made that one of a kind. That's couture. So he made that for her. He didn't make 2. He didn't make 3. He didn't make 100. He made 1. So someone sent him the link of this and he was like, whoa. What? He was posting this stuff on his Instagram. He said, presenting the hat, and he showed the hat. I sent Bethenny as a gift with popped up on Poshmark today. He captioned a second. In his post, a shirt and a hat, which he did post up, one of a kind, were seen being offered for sale by someone under the username Robbie Jones 20. Now, what I'll come to this later. Everyone's anonymous on that freaking site.
Okay, so everyone's
There's no
anonymous.
celebrities.
Yeah, but in everybody, but it's easy to figure it out if they're only selling
if there's one of a kind pieces.
Like let's say somebody's selling something and you know for a fact they're an extra small.
And I'll get to also where this is going to come with pictures.
Yes.
Okay. Following the sharing of J-Lo's post, Bethenny offered statements on her own Instagram, seemingly confirming she was selling the items. So she had to say it because either that or the nanny stole it. You know what I mean? Or the housekeeper stole it. Selling the items, but listen to this, insisting that the sales were going to her charity, Be Strong. Be Strong is very much like Archwell. I want to do a whole expose on it. It's her charity. I don't know why money would go into her pocket. Allegedly.
But wait, if it's a 501c,
okay, I don't know.
You have to show.
I get what you're saying.
We have to say allegedly.
Okay, it's going. Okay, but you know what? She could be. It could. We don't know where the money went, Nancy.
But you can look really quickly at.
She could be lying here.
Stephanie, tax returns.
Okay, fine. Okay, she said she's selling the items, but insisting that it's going to her charity, which recently aided the California wildfires. This person is doing it to be, okay, so this is Bethenny's response. This person is doing it to be somebody. This person sent me something months ago. I have said I don't want it. That's kind of mean.
It's worth $2,000.
She said, I don't want the shite. That's mean. I don't want it. People send it anyway. God. He is trying to be famous. I hope you're famous. I hope everybody buys your products. So that was Bethenny's argument for that. She's like, I didn't want it.
She goes steep.
A little steep. It was all Chanel scarves.
2,000
Chanel scarves. According to Bethenny, she has 3 piles for consignment, giveaway, and Posh. J. Logan items went into the Posh pile. Posh goes to Be Strong. This is also the same girl we remember that was taking stuff back to Target and trying to give away some of her. I gotta do a whole show.
You're gonna
on
have
this.
To do a show because the burden of proof at this point is on her to prove that she put the money from into Be Strong, and she might have the receipts for that.
Okay, I did not care for the items when it came, so I am sorry. Cry about it. She added, just mean. In addition to designing one-of-a-kind shirts, the vintage designer scarves from the likes of Hermes, Celine, and Gucci, including a piece worn by Travis Kelce, Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, Chris Teigen. Okay. So he's been featured in Vogue as well.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so there's that. If I was going to ride someone's coattails, it wouldn't be Bethenny Frankel. Okay, immediate reaction, my visceral reaction goes to Meghan Markle and how she could make money on this site. I type in her name.
Under an assumed name.
Oh, yes. Why would she? Yeah, I'm Meghan Markle and I'm selling this.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay, so I go on to it and I start seeing these anonymous people selling clothes.
When Stephanie first came to me with this, I asked her, I said, is this just showing clothes or is this showing an actual piece and the size? Well, obviously we all know Meghan was a small. And this was the actual piece, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did this person get Meghan's dress?
I'm just telling you.
We have to say allegedly.
Allegedly.
Right now, everything we're about to say right now is speculation.
We're still diving into this.
And allegedly, we have no idea if this is Meghan Markle selling her clothes on Poshmark. We are still checking into it, but we are also showing evidence that it might be.
Okay. So then I click on to more. Now, this was weird too. This was the coronation pap walk. The only reason I'm finding this stuff suspect is because not only are they approved pap walks, but again, it's in her size.
Extra small
that
is
I'm
what
going
she would,
to.
If I were to buy a coat like that, I would buy an extra small too.
This is the one with Marcus Anderson. It's gone down to $80. But again, it's something that an assistant would hang on a rack that she could sell later on because it's not like she married a prince, allegedly. Again, this is a pap walk that Meghan Markle staged. So
in an extra small.
Do you remember?
We wear extra smalls.
Do you remember when Nancy back in the day used to say her pap walks looks like she's modeling?
Yeah.
Nancy used to say that. And I said, modeling what? And she goes, modeling the clothes she's wearing right now.
Yeah.
Then I go to the famous yoga stuff. We got the coat. Remember the famous coat?
Yep.
Okay. And then the Misson dress.
Yep.
I mean, clearly, this is what scared the crap out of me. This is the picture that she staged. She called Backrid. This is the picture supposedly after she had her.
But it's not the same color. Oh, and there it is. There's the dress hanging right there.
Yes. I just wanted to blow your mind.
God.
There are duplicates, but then they have it's Nancy, I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
She could be selling her clothes for money.
Oh.
Of course, we got that on the table.
$715. Extra small. There you go.
But on a table. Okay.
Wow.
This is the coat. And oh no, that's the skirt. But of course, this was part of her little plan here. This was the Laker jacket.
That was what's her face?
That's the Lakers.
I know, but who Ari Emanuel's wife.
Yes.
Did this jacket.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is what this is Nancy's thing. Remember when she
did a double pap walk?
Nancy did a whole show on how she did 2 pap walks in one day.
She went to Cipriani's during the day.
Changed in the car,
and then went to sushi in this.
Yes. The famous.
That was Louis Vuitton.
Right. But this was when Nancy actually looked at the picture and Nancy goes, she's modeling, dude. She's modeling that outfit.
Yeah, and they do have wrinkles. People are noticing the wrinkles.
Yep.
You guys, I think Stephanie might be onto something.
She's a size 9.
I mean, that would make sense. She's got big feet. Wait, and it says size 9?
Yeah, and
there you go.
Right
there you
she
go.
She is a size 9. I checked.
We're a size
7.
6.5, 7.
She is a size 9.
She's a size 9. Oh my
God. This is Power the Purse with the wrinkles. Just to give you guys a lowdown again, this is sort of a garage. I know. Let me finish because I'm not done quite yet. I always let you talk. I'm just kidding. Look, Angela's a size 9.
Someone
Angela,
says
don't buy it.
No, in shoes.
Yeah. So I'm just saying this is a little theory I've got.
But we're short, Angela. We're
it doesn't matter
tall.
if you're size 9.
Yeah, no, of course not.
I wish I was tall and thin.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
Okay, so this is, again, it's very, very easy to do, okay? It's a very easy system. You just list it on your phone. Your assistant can go to the table or whatever you want to do. You put it up there. You share it. And then, boom, you get the cash, baby.
Wow.
You get the cash. Now, I wanted to make sure that this was all legit. Luxwell is one of the places one of the anonymous stuff that sells some of her stuff. Okay. Luxwell. Again, this person, this is not an actual person. Okay. I checked. That's not an actual person. Okay. Let me finish. This person, whatever, not an actual person. Not an actual person. Selling earrings.
So she's doing it under a lot of other profiles.
Yes, and I found
more than one is what you're saying.
Every single profile, though, that would be Meghan came out in 2015.
Oh, God.
When she was quoting Harry. I can't even say it. 2015, Rose B put up the picture, of her with a yoga mat.
2015!
Again. Okay, now, this is what's super interesting. This is the one that really does it, okay? All the Meghan stuff, okay? This is the girl that put up this, okay? Look at how it's on a mannequin, all messed up and everything. Yeah. Remember when Meghan staged that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 2015 is when she started that page. I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
I don't think you need to be on this one.
But if Meghan needed money, wouldn't she just take? So now we're almost sure, and she's probably doing it with the kid. She's probably doing it with the kids stuff. I just didn't look into it because I don't really like clicking on kids' clothes. On Poshmark. On Poshmark, it makes me uncomfortable. But I'm saying it makes sense that she's showing. Remember this? Nancy showed the Serena Williams playing Candyland, and she was merching those pajamas, and then Archie in the pajamas. It wouldn't shock me that she didn't, when they grow up, puts all that stuff on.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
And in Harry's books there, he was like, Meghan was putting everything on her credit card. No, I didn't pay for one thing.
People were sending her things.
Yeah.
And now and there's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with going under an assumed name. You know,
I mean, there's something illegal. Is there something wrong with it? And then also lying about the royal family to grift. Yeah, there's something wrong with that. Morally, there's definitely something wrong with that.
I just feel like if there was one way to make money, it is calling Backrid, setting up the shot, saying, I'm going to be here. And then she did the 2 paps in one day and put the jeans up for sale.
We kept saying she's merching. And you know what's interesting? People are saying she's a size 11.
Oh, you didn't put up the shoe picture that I had.
What shoe picture?
The Veja shoe.
I did everything you sent me.
I know.
So it must be here.
There was a picture of her on a boat with Harry, and Nancy called it years ago. And Nancy goes, she's tipping up her shoe like she's modeling the shoe. It was in
Australia.
In Australia. And Nancy goes, she's tipping the shoe.
I never could quite prove it.
Right.
I never could say, well, how is she merching this? Because it's not like the designers are actually going to her, because they would send a fitter. Like, I've got something interesting that I was going to bring up. I can bring up now, but I was going to bring up tomorrow with Victoria Beckham. Do you know that when Meghan walked in the Victoria Beckham outfit during Christmas when she was pregnant, Victoria Beckham had no idea. She found out that day that Meghan was going to wear Victoria Beckham. She was shocked. If you are a duchess and you are wearing something, you're going to send your best fitter, your best tailor. When you hear she's the Duchess has decided to wear Victoria Beckham on the Christmas walk in Sandringham, I will send my best tailor over and get her fitted for that. Why didn't Victoria Beckham, A, know she was wearing that, and B, send a fitter for Meghan when she was pregnant?
That just seems normal,
right? That seems sus.
Send over Rachel Zoe, the one Nancy saw years ago.
This is in Australia.
Look at how Meghan's showing that shoe, the way it looks like a shoe model, doesn't it?
Yeah. And I had to spend like almost $200 for mine.
But I'm saying it looks like a shoe model. Now, we'll get to this. This is the last one that I found, and then I had to go to bed eventually. But this is the Kelly Zeiflin shirt that they were selling that I believe wasn't making much money. But look at that. 56 bucks.
Someone sold it. 40 to 56.
Yeah. But I'm just saying it wouldn't shock me if Meghan wasn't grifting through this website.
Yeah.
It would make sense because she's on that Shopify thing and I got to make money and this is the only way I'm going to make money. And
what do you guys think?
What do you guys think?
Do you think
these pap walks have a purpose?
Do you think Stephanie is onto something with this Poshmark? I think she is, but this is all allegedly. We are not saying this actually happened. I just want to make
We're not saying anything's wrong with selling clothes.
Yes, but this did not actually happen. But we think it might have because we just presented a ton of evidence thinking it did.
I'm going to go down the rabbit hole even deeper. Again, I believe that the reason why she's showing the kids running through fields, and we're really getting a gauge on those clothes, though. The backs of the kids are now turning to the side of the kids. Do you notice that, guys?
Well,
now we're getting from the backs to the sides.
They got Archie's pajamas. They merged that.
That's what I'm saying. But you can then she can then read, people send it. Someone sent it to me. Yeah. That Hermes blanket, didn't take a screenshot of that, but the Hermes blanket that was in the Netflix thing was selling on Poshmark. It got sold.
How do you do a poll? I don't know how to do.
A poll. I'll do a poll. I don't want. That's too much. No,
on the community board.
We're fine, man. I don't. That's a lot of pressure for me.
I think Stephanie's brilliant. I think this just goes to show you that two heads are better than one, because I don't live in that world. I don't live in the Real Housewives world. I would have never picked up something like this.
Then you're going to be very bored in Seattle.